Goshen College first-year students take a day off from classes to lend a hand to local nonprofits. One local nonprofit gives back to the community with bicycles, and Goshen College students see firsthand how forgiveness can save a life. I'm Karina Flores, and you're watching The Correspondent. What's the right thing to do when one man kills another? Mario Ramos served time in prison for the fatal shooting of Andrew Young. Goshen College students were able to hear the incredible story of restoration from Andrew Young's family and Mario Ramos himself. A Justice That Heals is a documentary that was produced 16 years ago by Jay Shevsky. The documentary was shown at Goshen College Humble Center for students and the public. It captures the redemption of Mario Ramos, who shot and killed 19-year-old Andrew Young in 1996.
I didn't make the film as an advocate. I made the film as a story about people struggling with something really, really horrible, who were addressing it and dealing with it in a very unusual and kind of remarkable way. How could someone forgive their son's murderer?
We'll be joined by Zoom with Mario Ramos.
Hello, my name is Mario Ramos. Unfortunately, I'm the cause of all this.
Ramos was a parishioner of St. Nicholas Catholic Church, and Father Robert Oldershaw reached out to both Ramos's parents as well as to the parents of Andrew Young. Young's parents, Steve and Maureen, grew to trust Father Oldershaw, and Mrs. Young eventually chose to forgive Ramos.
I said in that film, and it's been my mantra throughout this 20 years, is I had no idea what to do, but I knew I had to do something. And so what do? You do something.
Father Oldershaw took the stage after the documentary alongside Young's parents and other St. Nicholas parishioners. The courts recognized his rehabilitation, and Ramos has been released from prison. Though he cannot have contact with the Young family, they continually pray for him. At the end of the night, the panel sang a prayer with the rest of the audience.
We come, we cry, we watch, we wait, we look, we long for you.
A local nonprofit bicycle repair shop serves the community and those who lack transportation due to economic struggles. Chain Reaction Bicycle Project shows us how a bicycle can make all the difference.
At the most basic level, what we do here is we provide bicycles, transportation bicycles for people. We don't have fancy bikes, we don't have expensive bikes. Everything here is donated, comes from the generosity of the community.
We are a community bike shop. That means that we take in donations of bicycles that other people don't need or want anymore. We fix them up and sell them again at low cost. We sell bicycles to anybody and everybody in town, from the homeless person who's living down the street or by the river to somebody in public housing.
We have a variety of bikes. You can work off a bike. You can volunteer your time to work toward a bike, or you can pay cash for a bike. And so people can come in, they don't have to have a lot of skills, they don't have to have ever worked on a bicycle before, and we teach them. They volunteer around the shop doing other things. People come in and they talk about how intimidated they are with bicycles, and so some of this is because I've been working on bicycles since 1973 or 74. To me, they're just a collection of small bits and pieces, and you work on one small bit, another small piece, and it just comes together. You don't have to fix everything all at once, and we kind of give them that confidence.
We have a work-to-own program for anybody who, as I say, who has more time than money to spend. So you can volunteer in our shop for about a day and a half and get yourself a bicycle.
And other nonprofits received help from first-year Goshen College students that volunteered as part of Community Engagement Day.
Giving back to the community is nothing new to Goshen College. In fact, it's a tradition. And Community Engagement Day is one example of how that tradition gets lived out both on campus and off campus.
Community Engagement Day at Goshen College has been going on for about 18 years, and it is an opportunity for our students to connect with nonprofit organizations in the community and just provide a service.
It's changed over time. It used to be, when it first started, I think it was an all-college event, all the students and all the faculty, everyone out for the whole day. But it's kind of, over the years, morphed into a first-year experience.
This experience is part of the Goshen College program called Corre 100.
It's part of the Corre 100, and so we're learning about our community and serving the community. One of the books we're reading, Acts of Faith by Ibu Patel, talks about how community service is a great way for people who have diverse faiths, ethnicities, etc., to get to know each other and discover common purpose in serving other people.
The students are introduced to local businesses that help out the community. Then, the students help out by volunteering at one of the many locations.
I think it's always good for the students to experience life outside the bubble of the campus, to get a sense of the larger Goshen College Goshen community and all the many good organizations and activities that there are in the city as well as just on campus.
Even though this is a class assignment, the students can see they are making a difference in their community.
Yeah, I think it helps you out, like in a way of, it makes you feel good in a way that you're helping out people.
It also allows an opportunity to experience the joy of giving back.
Oh yeah, I love to volunteer, so it's fun.
Programs such as these open doors for students. It creates social connections. Goshen College does its part to introduce its students to these various opportunities.
I know that I want to keep helping people as much as I can, so if I can just get into any little activity, I know I can come to the Boys and Girls Club any day and come help, and they'll welcome me with open arms, because that's what Goshen's all about. We're all about service.
Goshen College hopes that by involving students in such programs, it will encourage them to give back and create a better community. Josue De La Rosa, The Correspondent.
One first-year student was happy to serve out of gratitude for the opportunities he's been given to succeed. Juan Perez has faced many obstacles, but he just keeps on running.
I didn't expect to be as good as I am now, but I found my passion.
Juan Perez discovered his passion for running after joining the track team his freshman year at Goshen High School. By his senior year, Juan was one of the top runners in the Northern Lakes Conference. Now, at Goshen College first year, Juan excels in his sport as well as in the classroom, but this wasn't always the case.
In the beginning, it was really hard. I didn't know as much English. I didn't know how to write a lot. My reading skills were awful.
Juan was born in the U.S. but lived and studied in Mexico from grades 2 through 8. During the time Juan lived in Mexico, his family lived in poverty and he never saw college as a possibility. When he returned to begin high school in the U.S., he struggled academically, but his passion for running and for music inspired him to work even harder.
I didn't see a future for myself, but when I got here, there was a lot of doors open, and I saw that, and as the moment I saw that, I wanted to get more involved into more activities, more studying, more sports, more music. I did whatever I could to enjoy my high school years here.
Now in college, Juan is running for the Goshen College cross-country team and for his family. He is still undecided on a major, but he hopes to graduate and start a career that will help him give back to his parents. Juan says that life is just like running. When you feel like stopping, you just keep going.
I learned that you have to sacrifice yourself to be successful.
Juan was very successful in high school, but how is his new team at Goshen College doing? We turn things over to Spencer Buttermore with Corre Sports to find out.
Today on Corre Sports, we take a look at all fall athletics for Goshen College. Many teams find themselves at the halfway point of the seasons, and many are looking to finish strong in conference play. My name's Spencer Buttermore, and we start by taking a look at the women's volleyball team. The women's volleyball team is just over halfway through the season and are starting the second half of conference play. The Leafs are 9-9 on the season and 4-6 in the Crossroads League, which is good enough for 7th place. I caught up with Coach Jim Ruther to talk about the last couple of matches and what the rest of the season has in store. And we're joined by Coach Jim Ruther here. You talked about being about halfway through conference season. Now you guys are starting to replay teams, and you guys went right at 4-4 here through the first 8 games of conference. What are you looking for out of the team to try and finish off this conference season and get a good spot for the tournament?
Well, we want to finish in the top 4, so we can host. And to do that now, we got to win every home match. I mean, we've got to come in and we've got to start looking at the away matches. We end up with St. Francis down there. We've got to win that one. We got to go with them, or Mount Vernon. We got to give them a good battle, and we think we can beat them. We've got a nice home stand coming up with Marion at home. We've got Iowa at home. We've got Taylor at home. We've got to come out fireball ready to play those.
Yeah, a lot of tough opponents coming into Goshen. So, I mean, home court advantage is such a key thing. I mean, not taking the bus trip, just being just being here in your own home court and not taking the bus trip. We know that most bus trips are about 2 to 3 hours here for every team. So, what's that going to be like having the home court here in the second half of the conference?
That's going to be an advantage for us, and we have to take advantage of it. We didn't do that tonight, and we need to do that. We need to be ready to take advantage of home court. We've seen everybody once. We see video all the time. We know pretty much what everybody's going to do. They also know what we're going to do, and that's something we have to make sure that we change up a few things and get ourselves ready.
All right. Hey, thank you, Coach. Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having me.
The Leafs will be in action again on October 7th when they take on Taylor University at home. Moving out to the pitch now and taking a look at the men and women's soccer teams, first starting with the men. The Leafs are sitting at 1-2 in conference play, which puts them at 8th place in the Crossroads League. Overall in the season, the Maple Leafs are 3-5-3 and are looking to get back to 500 as they prepare for the heart of conference play. The women have had a good half of the season, posting a 6-4-2 record overall and 2-0-1 in the conference. The 2-0-1 record puts the Leafs in 2nd place in the Crossroads League, just behind Spring Arbor, who is 3-0 in conference play. On Saturday, October 8th, both the men and women's teams will be taking on Spring Arbor University. The women's team will be at home as they take on the Cougars, and that match will start at 2 o'clock. The men will be on the road against the Cougars with that match starting at 7 o'clock. And now on to the men's tennis team. We're here with a tennis player, actually, Eric Zucher. He's a sophomore, correct, on the team. And so far, the men's tennis team, they're 4-8 on the season, a little bit below that 500 mark, 3-5 in the conference, and they're going to be taking on IWU in the first round of the conference tournament. So, Eric, talk about IWU first, and one thing you guys are going to focus on in the match in the postseason against IWU besides winning.
If we start good with our doubles, I know we have a really good chance to win this match.
So just get off to a good start and
yes,
really
good start
propel your guys
doubles.
up in the singles.
And I know that all our guys, we have the how to say that? Oops. the skills to actually win against IWU in every doubles or singles match. So I'm really confident. Looking forward to the match, yeah.
You guys beat IWU in the beginning of the season. Close to the beginning, you guys beat them 5-4. So how does beating IWU earlier in the season compare to this postseason?
And it's always like that in just conference tournament. Everything counts, and everyone is like really on their toes, really nervous, and they know it's about everything. And they're gonna do, every one of them are gonna do their best shots, and they're all gonna be like really on top on the net and really really ready for that match.
And kind of taking a look at the season overall right now, what is one thing that you've seen the team improve on throughout the course of the season?
So I don't know if you knew, but like last year we lost a lot of seniors.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And we knew it's gonna be really hard to compensate that within 1 year, but we got some good guys this year, and I'm really proud of them how they did so far. I don't know, I feel like we definitely improved in our singles, like we're really strong in our singles. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are going to take on IWU coming up here in the next, it's actually going to be next week. So it should be a great matchup. You guys have beat them earlier in the season, so we're going to have to see what to do with you guys. The women's tennis team actually has been eliminated from postseason play as they went 0-10 in the regular season and 0-8. But the men's team is getting ready to take on IWU. That's going to be coming up here in the next couple of days, and they're going to take on IWU. Eric Zucher, thank you for joining us here on Corre Sports.
Thank you.
And good luck in the next season.
Thanks, Spencer.
And now on to the men and women's cross-country teams. Both teams have ran in 3 races so far this season. The men have had good showings, always placing in the top half of the field. The women have not had as many good places as the men, but have had respectable places through the 3 races. The teams will be running again on October 7th in the Bethel College Invitational in Mishawaka, Indiana. As the fall sports wrap up their season, we will continue to follow them and keep you up to date on the latest results. Reporting for Corre Sports, I'm Spencer Buttermore.
Thank you, Spencer, and thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook. We will see you next time on The Correspondent.